So now guys, we'll discuss about the transform and load. Actually, what is this? So to understand the difference between transform and the load, we need to actually connect with the data. So this is our first time we are going to do we are connecting with the data. So now we are going to start with our practical session how we can connect the data and the what is the main difference between transform and load. So let's start. So now, as I told you earlier, we have a tab that is get data, go into the get data. As I told you earlier, we are dealing with our case study is dealing with the flat files only. So now, which option? Text and CSV. So clicked on the text and CSV. So now we have several options. This time we are going to get the customer data over here. So let's click on the customer. Now open. It's connecting actually. So now we can see couple of options here like a load and transform data. So in the flow, I already told you that the difference between load and transform. That means I never or the standard process never recommended to direct load the data. In our flow, as we discussed about the extract, transform and load. So load means that we directly load this data into this canvas. So that means we always keep in mind that while loading the data, before loading the data, we should transform it because we need to check the several changes or anything goes wrong. If anything goes wrong, that particular person pays that in terms of money or the reputation of the organization, because see the several things are depends on this report. So that means it ultimately affects on your informed decisions, so your consumers informed decisions. That means we should always transform the data, check the data and then load the data. So this would be your standard way, okay. Even if you have a trust at your source, that you know that your data is so much clean and you don't need to transform that, you don't need to check it. But trust me guys, you need to check it, because I'll tell you later it why you need to check it. But at this point I'm just going to transform this data. Once you click on the transform the data, at the moment it open up your ETL tool, that is Power Query Editor. So as I told you that you need to transform the data before loading, because see there are two main reasons. So you can see it's loaded this data, and here you can see the customer key column, where this software, this Power Query Editor, by default it is detected the data type, right? You can see the customer key column where it is written the 123. 123 means it's a whole number. So why it is so important to detect the data type also? Because I already told you that why the data types are so important, because on the base of data types, this model or this data is going to talk each other, and they are going to make the visuals on the basis of the data type. Suppose you have a numeric field and that field is detected as a text field. So you cannot perform some certain the calculation like sum, average kind of operations, because they change in the data type. See, the Power BI is smart enough to detect the things like these data types and all those stuff. But it is our duty to check it and confirm it whether it is right or wrong. Because ultimately it's going to we are going to face this situation. Is it right? So for the customer, it's a 123, it's a whole number. I'm okay with that because it's a okay, a whole number. Then prefix is a Mr. That means it's a ABC, so it's a string. So ABC is a string. I'm okay with the prefix also. Then first name, the last name, then birth date. See the calendar, it's detected the calendar. That means this see the calendar icon means it's a date, and it's detected rightly. Okay, see the date, the calendar. But see, be little bit serious over here. If the birthday mistakenly the software mentioned this data type ABC or the 123, it's going to be a problematic for us. So that's why it's a very best practice to check it every time. That as in earlier lecture, I told you that you need to check the settings that local and the global. So where we change the setting of this current state, that means region. Under that we selected the English US. If the mistakenly the dates goes wrong, like if the data type has not been detected by the software, at that time you needed to change that setting, and again you need to refresh this field right here. So after that it will automatically detect the data type. If that will not happen, at the time you can just go here and we select the date. Okay, now check one by one. Marital status, APC, gender, email address, annual income. Here you can see the dollar sign, that means it's in currency. Educational level, yes, it's a character. Occupation, and homeowner is here. So I guess all data types are the same. That means the software identified the correct one. No need to change. So under the properties, you can see the file name over here. Adventure Works Customer. See, now here you can see the name. We are going to change the name of this table, because see there are mainly, see, this concept is very important. There are mainly two types of table. One is a fact table and another one is a dimension table. Okay, so see the what is a fact table. Let's see, the sales table is your fact table because it contains the fact. Okay, sales, because see that sales is happened, that recorded and it's happened. That's why this sales table is fact table. And see this customer, it doesn't happen. So this customer table is going to be considered a dimension table, or in simple word you can say that it's a your lookup table. So okay, so we will talk about the in deep about the facts and dimension when we entered into the relationship modeling. So before that, let me just change the name of this table. I'll say the D customer. Okay. Okay. Simply I change the name of this dimension of customers. Dimension means it's a master, that means all the information. Okay, so all the things are unique in the dimension tables. So we're gonna talk about more about this dimension and the fact in the under the relationship uh, session. See on the right hand side, as I told you, that apply state, every step is recorded over there. See the source, prompted headers and change type. Okay, so we are at the Power Query editor. Okay, so now if you want to check the source, you can just simply click over here, that from where you got this data. If you click on this setting like bar, again you can see this the path, file path and this document and origin, all those stuff can be checked by using this applied step. So before closing this diagram, you just need to, we do not have anything on our Power BI interface. We just need to apply the changes and save this file. Okay, close and apply. Right, so here we are. Now apply changes. So whatever the things you have uploaded. Okay, I just save this file as a report, AW report, and we will continue this file now onwards till the visualization. Okay guys, thank you.